What is good, YouTube? Welcome back to MKE MANIACI, and today we got What Culture Wrestling with why WWE will have its best year ever in 2023. Now, 2022 was definitely one of the most unforgettable years in the entire grand scheme of thing in the world of professional wrestling. Especially in WWE after Vince McMahon retired, Triple H bringing back a lot of stars, really planting the seeds for possibly one of the greatest years in professional wrestling to come, which is this year, 2023, man. So we're going to check out What Culture's opinions on why this year could be one of the best years ever for the WWE. Let's get it.
That's right, Mother Hubbards. We are about to enter a brand new wrestling year, and I am pumped, mostly, because 2022 was so crazy. I kind of want to leave it in the rearview mirror and just move on. It somehow has left WWE in good stead, though, to the point I, Simon Miller, think they may be about to have their best year yet. That's right, I said it. Why? Here's why.
Let's go.
Doing good old YouTube fashion, we will break this up into segments and we'll kind of do it chronologically because we will start with the Royal Rumble that's going down in January, and not only has it already broken sales records for that damn show, I think they're absolutely going to smash it. Because the rumour at the moment, and it is a pie in the sky idea, is that WWE would like to have The Rock as a surprise entrance. He wins the Royal Rumble before he challenges Roman Reigns at WrestleMania 39. And I'm sorry, we could sit here till the end of time you ain't going to be able to come up with a scenario better than that. And I know there's...
and right now, on paper, I know a lot of people, well, that sounds like something Vince would do. You got to think about it, man. And I even said this when Vince was in charge, and he would have part-timers win. This big money. It's big money. I remember 10 years ago, Royal Rumble 2013, The Rock winning the WWE Championship. At the time, it didn't seem like the smartest thing because CM Punk carried the title, and Punk actually deserved to go to WrestleMania as the champion. But when you think of WrestleMania, you got The Rock on the card. You're going to have the world engaged. Roman's been champion for so long. The Rock winning the Royal Rumble would be best case. Now, I know a lot of people want it to be Cody, and I'm telling y'all, it's not going to be Cody Rhodes. I'm telling you, it just won't be Cody Rhodes.
There's naysayers out there who go like, well, I don't want to see Dwayne Johnson in this position, but he is one of the biggest stars in the world. And if you did pull the trigger on this, you are going to get coverage, you are going to do numbers.
And and I don't know, I see it from both sides. Like, yeah, you get the media attention. You already got Logan Paul versus Cena at Mania. You got The Rock winning the Rumble. You're going to have everybody in the world tuned in for it. But, and that's the business side. But now from the locker room side, you could use the Royal Rumble to excel the next star. So that's why I'm kind of like, I don't know, I'm kind of more towards, I wouldn't be mad if The Rock won the Rumble, but then again, it's kind of like, dang, you kind of passed up the opportunity to kind of build the next big star.
And the whole company as an entity is going to explode. I mean, seriously, if we sit here and put on our thinking caps, come up with a better surprise than that. Now, I actually can do this. His name would be Repo Man, but we ain't getting Repo Man in 2023, so the great one is going to have to do. The best part is, even if Rocky can't do this, you have a bunch of options. Because you can have Cody Rhodes as a surprise entrance. He wins the thing. He comes back from his pec tear. He goes on to WrestleMania 39.
It's too obvious, though. Like, Cody is too obvious of a choice.
And potentially becomes the world champion.
And would it even be believable? Like, let's be real. I like Cody Rhodes. Cody Rhodes, one of the most talented wrestlers in the world. Would it be believable that Cody Rhodes could defeat Roman Reigns at WrestleMania? The guy that defeated Triple H, John Cena, The Undertaker at WrestleMania. Would it be believable that Cody Rhodes would end in almost, was it 2 or 3 year title run? However, I lost count of how long Roman's been champ. Would it be believable?
And you don't think that's a good story? We're watching different shows. There's also guys like Bron Breakker that can make a massive impact. And when we jump across to the women's one, everything seems to be geared towards the fact that Becky Lynch could win the thing and then finally challenge Ronda Rousey for their big one-on-one match. We've been waiting for this for about 5 years. So on paper, there's just so many potentially great things we could do. Here's another one, for example. You could have Rhea Ripley win it, and then she takes on Bianca Belair at WrestleMania 39.
Rhea Ripley deserves to win the Royal Rumble. If we're being honest, she deserves it. You know, she never got, you know, that big Raw Women's Championship match. I think she deserves it. Like, her work right now is just incredible. Like, she is doing her thing. She deserves. I know right now it's Rhea and Ronda, I guess, but I don't think it's for a title. I think Rhea deserves a championship match at Mania.
And you have to have done something right to have this many directions to walk in, and every single one to make you feel warm and fuzzy in your tum-tum. Hence why I'm pumped about the year. It also moves us on to WrestleMania, and we've already talked about this a little bit, but look at what the card could be. Because we have already mentioned The Rock versus Roman Reigns, we've done Bianca Belair versus Rhea Ripley, we've done Becky Lynch versus Ronda Rousey, but there is Gunther versus Brock Lesnar that people are talking about. You could do Logan Paul versus John Cena, which is absolutely absurd. And apparently Stone Cold Steve Austin wants to do it again. And it may even be against CM Punk. Now, I totally get that's a long shot and who the hell knows what's going to happen. But as we have talked about before, there was some chatter about this a few weeks ago, and everybody wasn't like, well, that's the stupidest thing I ever heard. They nodded and they thought to themselves, yeah, I can see it. Sometimes there's no smoke without fire.
What, do we still want to see this match, though? I mean, 10 years ago, I would have been like, yeah, you know, let's do it. Stone Cold versus CM Punk, let's do it. I don't know. I mean, I would be intrigued by it still, you know, just to see CM Punk back in the ring. This is the percentage of it. If this happens, I might have to. I ain't gonna say it. Anything can happen in WWE. I was gonna say I might have to shave my head bald, but yeah, I don't doubt that it's not an opportunity or a chance that it will, but I don't know, like.
And this is not only massive because of that, but how in the hell are WWE and Punk going to get on the same page, given their relationship? And if he did challenge the Rattlesnake, this has genuinely been 10 years in the making. Yeah. You can go back to 2013 when WWE was teasing this. Makes me go a bit frazzled. There's also other things you could throw onto Mania, such as Sheamus versus Drew McIntyre.
No.
I would love to see that. I also think this ties into how Triple H sees premium live events, because for a long old while they just felt like extensions of a television show, but ever since Paul Levesque took over, they're starting to feel special again. And that seems set to continue in 2023, because not only are we going to get more shows in stadiums, not only are we going to get another UK event, but the WWE is going to go to India, the WWE is going to go to Australia, and even though the Saudi Arabia shows are controversial at best, have you seen the quality of the last two? They're increasing as well. I mean, do not forget about Logan Paul versus Roman Reigns. You could have done that match at WrestleMania and nobody would have blinked an eye because they hit the level that was required. Well, that's not true. If you did Logan Paul in the main event at WrestleMania, the internet would crash. We'd never see it again.
But from a business standpoint, you're going to have a whole new audience. I don't agree. I don't want Logan Paul to main event WrestleMania. I'm not even okay with them having Logan Paul versus John Cena at WrestleMania, but you got to look at it from a business side.
But there is a big plus side to that. No more Twitter. The more we can do this, though, the more they feel separated from Raw and SmackDown, and that is so damn important, because when everything starts to merge into one, do you know what the overriding feeling is? Holy crud. There is so much wrestling on television, and it's wearing me out a bit. And you don't want to be worn out. You want to be excited about this stuff, which is why I also appreciate the fact that Triple H mostly has taken pay-per-views down to around about 3 hours. It's what wrestlers use in order to create their edge as well. I'm not talking about Adam Copeland, but he too will be back in 2023. And think about all the stars who are ready to break out. I mean, there's Bron Breakker, Roxanne Perez, Carmelo Hayes.
Carmelo! That's the guy right there, Carmelo Hayes, man.
Koa, Montez Ford will probably split from the Street Profits, and he'll smash it too.
Hopefully.
You can actually introduce a brand new character every single month. And don't forget, that's the lifeblood of wrestling. You need that filter. Which also actually ties in very nicely to the best thing about 2022, the bloodline. Because next year, or this year, depending on when you're watching this video, that's going to implode as well. And we're going to get to our culmination. I think it's going to be terrific. Because the whole story has been like watching a movie trilogy that needs a payoff. And if it does actually end with Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens teaming up to beat the Usos at WrestleMania, that ties into the WrestleMania stuff again. I'm not sure I'd be able to handle that card. It's too good.
This is the thing with the Sami Zayn thing. and I kind of thought about this the other day. The crowd loves Sami Zayn so much, and they love him with the bloodline. If Sami Zayn, like, yeah, obviously it's gonna be Owens and Zayn versus the Usos. I seen this coming months ago, but the crowd loves Sami Zayn with the bloodline. If they were to split Zayn from the bloodline right now, bro, the crowd wouldn't. I feel like they would turn on this idea of Owens and Zayn as a tag team. Like, Sami Zayn has to do something. I don't know. Maybe have Roman beat the hell out of Sami Zayn and write him off for a few weeks. He comes back. Then I feel like the crowd might be on board with it. But they got to do it right. Because as of right now, man, breaking Sami up from the bloodline just seems like a very, very bad idea, honestly.
Also bet that Owens goes after Reigns at the Royal Rumble and then Sami Zayn goes after Roman at that Montreal show in February. And while the way I've just booked it means that the good guys are going to lose, if it means they eventually come back together again as the best of friends, well, I will cry. Water from my eyes. I'd also actually be fine if one of them did beat Roman Reigns, but once again it ties into the title of this video. We've got a plan A, beat the head of the table, and we've got a plan B, beat the Usos, and both make me do the dance of joy. So I'm joyful. There's also a bunch of out of left field predictions we could talk about as well. For example, Big E could make a return and oh my gosh, my heart will shatter to 1,000 pieces. Charlotte Flair has to make a comeback. Bray Wyatt.
Hey, congratulations, Charlotte, new SmackDown Women's Champ.
And Uncle Howdy have to do something big. And we'll bring WrestleMania in again because we're probably going to get Dominic Mysterio versus Rey Mysterio.
We're getting Dominic versus Rey. Initially, I was like, I know y'all give me heat in the comments for this, but I thought Bray Wyatt was going to win the Royal Rumble. But I think the direction that WWE's going in, I think we're going to get Bray Wyatt versus Uncle Howdy at WrestleMania, a.k.a. Bray Wyatt versus Bo Dallas at WrestleMania. But I would love Bray Wyatt to win the Rumble. It would make the most sense, but I mean,
And that thing has been built brilliantly too. I mean, we've really only touched on the first half of the year here, but when you get to part 2, we're going to get a SummerSlam, which will also be massive. Yeah. And you could even hold Cody Rhodes versus Roman Reigns off to that premium live event.
There you go.
That's when the American Nightmare wins.
There you go.
Come August, I'm going to have to lay down. We will finish there as well, because if Roman is able to get to SummerSlam...
I feel like Cody Rhodes should win Money in the Bank and cash in on Roman. I feel like it'll be... I don't know if I'm the only one. I feel like it would be forced if they have Cody Rhodes versus Roman Reigns and Cody Rhodes beats Roman Reigns. I feel like it'd come across as forced. Maybe that's just me. I don't know. Like, I know people are going to go, oh, Mariachi don't like Cody. Cody Rhodes is one of my favorite right now. I've always been a fan of Cody ever since Legacy days. Like, even before Legacy. I like the stuff he was doing with Randy before that. I've always been a fan of Cody Rhodes, man.
With the Universal title still in his possession, he will have been the champion for 1,095 days. Or roughly. Now that is incredible because it would actually move him up the longest reigns ever list where he would overtake Pedro Morales, who back in the day held a similar title for 1,027 days. It also moves the Tribal Chief into the 5th place ever, which is madness, especially in a 2022 setting. And if WWE wanted to hold this off for a few more months, he would even usurp Bruno Sammartino. Now, I'm not talking about the massive one that was like 7 million days. That will always be number one. But he had another reign that lasted 1,237 days. Now, while I don't think WWE is going to do this, the fact that it's on the cards, I think it's a big deal. And I know not everybody likes this, but to me, it's like a bad joke. At first, you're like, well, that was bad. Then it actually becomes bad, but then you keep telling it. For some reason, it becomes funny again. I actually love that we've done this with Roman Reigns. He is officially the end-of-level boss. And imagine when somebody beats him. Just to throw in one last aside as well, there are so many little changes that we're going to get over the next 12 months that I already think are going to make for a better WWE. Take the Hell in a Cell pay-per-view or premium live event.
Take that
Paul Levesque has already come out and said, well, we're not going to do those anymore because the Hell in a Cell should be a blow-off match for a feud.
Exactly.
Not something we just throw out there willy-nilly. And if we take this same thought process and
take away Hell in a Cell, is TLC still a thing? If so, take away TLC. Extreme Rule, take away Money in the Bank. Just all the gimmicky stuff, just take it away. I'll say even take away Extreme Rules too, man. Like, Take it away. Take it far away. I don't want to expect, oh, this is going to be a tables match. Oh, this is going to be some type of stipulation. Like, no, I want to be surprised at the announcement of these things, man. And I feel like that's what we're going to get in 2023.
Just copy and paste it everywhere. It's going to make for a better product. It also makes me more excited about the Elimination Chamber and whatever we do with Money in the Bank, because I just think now management...
Take away the Elimination Chamber too, man. Like I miss the days where we could have an Elimination Chamber at SummerSlam, Survivor Series, not December to Dismember, please, not December to Dismember. But SummerSlam, Survivor Series, man, like, come on.
...is seeing the same way that the fans see it. When you have that synergy, good times are ahead. I'll be completely wrong now, but again, that's not the point of this video, is to get really excited and ride that wave. So I just think that 2023 on paper has the potential to be so damn good as long as we get everything right. That's why I'm so excited about it. Sometimes it's nice to get the positivity cannon and fire it into the abyss. And that's what we've done today. Doesn't it feel good? Now, look, this is the most important part. Make sure you leave a comment below. And no negativity. Tell me why you think 2023 will be the best year ever for WWE. And you can go crazy with your fantasy booking.
Now, okay, 2023, like I said, last year, 2022 was like really just planting seeds for the year. This will be Triple H's first ever WrestleMania, like fully being just him to run. So, you know, you look at ticket sales for the Rumble. I already know Montreal is going to sell out the Chamber. WrestleMania already, you know, is going absolutely crazy with sales. I got faith that all them seeds that have been planted in 2022, this year is finally going to flourish. It's going to grow. I think this is going to be one of the greatest years for the WWE in a very, very long time. I think people are going to look back on, I'm stamping it now. People are going to look back on the year 2023 and be like, man, that was a good year for the WWE. The same way I look back on years like 2016, 2005, 2002. The same way I look back on those years, people are going to look back on 2023 and be like, man, they got it right that year. Tell me what y'all think about this, man. Why WWE will have its best year ever in 2023. Link down below in the description for y'all to check this video out in its entirety with no interruptions. If you are new to the channel, hit that subscribe button for me. Until the next video, I will see y'all then. Thank you for watching MKE Maniaci. I'm out.